Hope you guys are ready for some football. It's that time of year again. Hey guys, this is Bill with the Nintendo Super Power Club Challenge channel. Today we're looking at card number 72 in the collection, and that is Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES. Tecmo Super Bowl, as I'm sure most people know, came out, originally it was Tecmo Bowl, and then it upgraded itself to Tecmo Super Bowl on both the NES and the Super NES. I played them both. I think that the Super NES is considerably better due to the graphics and sound, but they both play pretty much the same way. The game's extremely fun. It emulates arcade-style action with running, passing, and all those kind of good things. And you can't really ask for much more in terms of gameplay. Let's go ahead and flip it over and see what we got. Okay, so this challenge is pretty straightforward, and it's also pretty lofty at first glance. What they want us to do is amass 6,000 total yards rushing in one season. So to be clear, this is not 6,000 yards with one player, it's with an entire team. So feel free to disperse this amongst all your rushing plays. You don't have to use the same person to get it done, although that is what we're going to do in this case. As I mentioned in our 50 challenge completion video a little while back, we're going to be using Bo Jackson, as he is by far, indisputably in my opinion, the best rusher in this game as of the 1991 season, which is what this game is based off of. So we are going to be using the LA Raiders and Bo Jackson specifically to get this done. And it's pretty ridiculous how easily he can break through plays, whether they're designed or busted. It's very, very amusing. Also, because you only have to play until you amass 6,000 yards, you don't have to play all 16 games. In my previous plays, I was able to average about 750 to 800 yards rushing per game. So that equates to about 8, maybe 9 games. So we're not going to be playing a full 16 games. The games do come out to about 17 minutes per game. So basically what we're going to do is show you the entire first game, and then we're going to speed through the rest of these games just for the sake of getting them on video, but not wasting camera time here. But we have to do it just to show that it has been done, so I wasn't skipping, glitching, or cheating. Alright, enough babbling here. You're about to see 8 to 9 games worth of rushing only with Bo Jackson. I hope you enjoy it. I did enjoy playing it. Here we go. Okay, so this is easily by far going to be the longest video of my entire collection to date. A few things to mention. We're going to be playing as the Raiders, so go into control mode and set it to man. Leave everything else as skip because we don't care about the other teams. We're going to go into the schedule, set it to auto skip only to the week you haven't played yet, and then that way you don't have to wait for all the games to manually play out. It'll just take you right to the game that matters. So we're going to let this manually go until it gets to the Raider game, at which point we can start talking about actual strategy here. And really, strategy is not too terribly tricky here. Again, it's all about rushing, and yeah, you'll see how it works. It's not too tricky. So eventually we're going to come up on the gameplay, which should be any moment now. I think it's right after this game. Here we go. So just go right in there. Yep, we're on the Raiders. We play in the Houston Oilers, as they were known back then. All right, here comes the first week. So when you get to the coin toss, take a shot at it. If you get the coin toss, great. Obviously, return it. If you don't, just skip this section. Keep mashing buttons until you get in here. Oftentimes, the computer will kick to you anyway, which is exactly what happened. It's kind of a glitch. All right, for the kickoff, you want to take it back to about the 5-yard line, maybe a little bit further if you want to be more daring, because you want to get the most running yards possible here. So you want to try to average 90 to 95 yards rushing per drive, which is exactly what we're doing here. So here we go, Bo Jackson making a mockery of this game and the Oilers. So basically you just run back and forth, up and down. You don't want to run straight ahead because the enemy will catch you eventually. So just keep moving up and down, and eventually you're going to be seeing this for quite a while, several hours. Touchdown Bo Jackson, 6-0. And you're going to see that for the next 17 minutes. Again, I am going to let this video play out at full stream, full length, unaltered, so you can see that this is exactly what I'm doing for every single game that I play. Incidentally, it looks like there's about 9, maybe 10 videos, 10 games in this video, so you'll be seeing it. Once we complete this, I will speed up the gameplay for the remainder of the games because it's basically the exact same thing. I end up averaging anywhere from 500 to 800 yards a game. There's one outlier where I actually average close to 1,000 yards, which is about 16% of the total needed to complete this challenge. That's kind of cool when that happens. So here we go. Basically, when you're on defense, it's really up to you how you want to handle it. Remember that you don't have to necessarily win the game. It's all about getting the 6,000 yards rushing. So oftentimes, if you know what you're doing, you're going to end up crushing the opponent, which is what I did in virtually every game that I played. But it's okay if you want to adopt the strategy of letting the opponent score, whether it's via running or passing. Again, if you let the opponent score, the good thing is that it gives you more time and more opportunities to run the football. A couple more things really quick. As far as the play selection, I usually go with left and A for my default run choice. As you can see, that's what I get. Most times, Bo Jackson, especially against a bad team like the Oilers here, is going to make a complete mockery of them, and that's all you really have to use. Sometimes you may have to alter it and go up in A. I usually go left in A, and most times, you can just break right through. It won't even matter if they're expecting you. One thing I can say that was really cool about this, even if they got me into a 4th down situation, I was always able to convert it with the exception of one time throughout the 10 games that I played. So if that tells you anything about how good Bo Jackson was, yes, I know it's a video game, but he is by far a level 99 player in Madden terms. Yeah, he's that good. And here we go. Like I said, just break free and continue to move up and down. It's that simple. Just use the left A play call, and that's all you have to do. In the rare instance they do catch you like this, just resort back to the same old thing. You're not playing a human. They're not expecting you to run the same play over and over, so just keep doing it. If they catch you, it's fine. You don't have to worry about calling timeouts. The sooner you pick the play, the less time you waste. The clock doesn't start until the ball is snapped, so don't worry about that. There are occasions where you do have to worry about the clock in terms of, saving time if you want to rack up more yardage. We're not really at that point. And again, time really shouldn't be a concern unless you're getting into the 15th and 16th game of the season. And trust me, if you're averaging as many yards as I did, you're not going to come anywhere close to that. Something else you're going to see me do here is a lot of onside kicking, and the reason I do that is twofold. Number one, it ensures that you get an opportunity to get the ball back versus wasting time running the clock off and letting the opponent potentially get lots and lots of first downs. Again, it doesn't matter if they score on you, but you want to have the ball in your possession as often as possible here. So that's why you want to do onside kicks. I had a pretty good conversion percentage of recovering those balls, which helped me get a lot of extra yards I probably shouldn't have gotten. If you do happen to recover an onside kick, it's important that you down the ball as quickly as possible. Don't try to run the ball back because it's special team yardage. It doesn't really count for actual rushing yardage. So keep that in mind. Get tackled or run out of bounds if you recover an onside kick. And the same thing goes with interceptions. If you do get a recovery, whether it's a fumble or an interception, immediately make sure you get yourself tackled or run out of bounds. And what you're seeing here is another unique little strategy here. If you get the ball on a short kickoff, I like to run backwards a lot, try to retreat back to the 15, 10, or even 5-yard line. Doing it this way ensures that you get an extra 5, 10, 15 yards rushing out of Bo Jackson, and it'll add to your total, and it'll decrease the length of time you have to play these games. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, most of these games are going to average about 17 minutes per game, so do the math. For me, it was, 10 games, or I guess 9.5 games times 17 minutes, so roughly that's 2.5, almost 3 hours worth of gameplay here, and obviously it's going to be sped up, so you won't be watching a 3-hour video, but again, my point stands. Also, one more thing I'd like to discuss here before I turn this over to the video, which has already been sped up as you can see. Injuries. This is a very important thing to discuss here. If Bo Jackson goes down due to an injury for whatever reason, stop the game, reset, and replay the game. I'm telling you now, yeah, obviously he can come back later in the season, but if he goes down, you're needlessly having to waste time playing through that game and the subsequent games with much lower rushing totals. Bo Jackson is what makes this thing possible, and if you don't have him, take my word for it, just restart the game with him in tow. Any injuries of any kind to your runner are not going to help you. So consider that when you're playing this game, and everything else should be good to go. Okay, I am going to very quickly comment at the end of each of these games so we can do a running total on the yards. So, end of the game 1, we have 842 yards, which is, what, triple, if not quadruple, the NFL record for rushing in a single game. We've already done that. So, 842 leaves us about, what, 51, 58 left to go to reach the Pro Challenge total. So, that's the end of the first one. We're going to keep track of that total, and we will add it to the second one. Okay, we wrap up the end of the second game here, and that's another shellacking at the hands of Bo Jackson and the Raiders. We're going to end up getting 717 yards, plus the 842 from game 1. That puts us at 1559. All right, we're wrapping up game 3 here, and that puts us at a total for this game of 705 yards combined rushing. Through all 3 games so far, we got 2,264 yards. We're almost halfway there. Okay, we wrap up game 4 here with the biggest ass kicking of all time here, 84-38. Grand total rushing yards in this game, 979, giving us a season total 32-43. All right, we wrap up Game 5. What can you say? Niners got a good defense in this game. They held us in check for a little bit, but we still got 532 on them, giving us a grand total cumulative for the season of 3775. And that's going to bring Game 6 to an end with a nice, massive quarterback sack. We're going to end up with 640 yards rushing total in this game, bringing a cumulative total of the season of 44-15 and counting. Alright, Game 7 comes to an end, and we have a total of 710 yards rushing in this game. Very nice total. Combined with the previous yardage that we had, that's going to give us a grand cumulative total of 5,125 yards. Almost there. Okay, we hit the end of week 8. Had a little trouble in this week, only getting 535 yards. It's the lowest since the Niners game. But we still rack up a good total, and we finish with a cumulative total of 5,660. Only 340 more to go. Alright, another dicey game, but we pulled off 500 some yards rushing, puts us well over the total we need, giving us a grand total of 6,217 yards, and that completes this challenge. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.